Before I go into our picks, I want to talk a little bit about strollers and lifestyle. Strollers are probably something I hear about stroller regret the most from people. And that is because when you are choosing a stroller, as you can see it says here, lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle. You have to think about your life, how you are going to use the stroller, where you live. Are there stairs? Are there bumps? Are you going to be walking outside all the time? Are you only going to be walking on smooth surfaces? Are you going to be walking on gravel? Do you want something that's easy to take in and out of your car, easy to fold? And what we also like to say is there is no perfect stroller, right? There is not a stroller that you are going to be able to check every box on. It just doesn't exist because they are all kind of built for different purposes. There are some that are more multi-use than others, but for the most part, most families, I would say, and this isn't something I say often because I don't think you need all the things, most families will have a larger stroller and then kind of a lightweight option. Sometimes they purchase that lightweight option later on. You can make a lightweight option work for daily use, but what we see a lot at Babylist is parents saying we want kind of a bigger stroller and then down the road maybe we want something a little lighter. So think about your lifestyle. That's my tip. So this is what I would call a traditional full-size stroller. As you can see, it's not huge, but it's definitely on the bigger side. It's a little heavy. It's about 28 pounds. What I love about this stroller, first and foremost, is ride quality. She pushes beautifully. She turns beautifully, one-handed. Big wheels, you'll see the big wheels here, the big wheels in front. Really good suspension system. So you can push that down and feel. It handles smooth pavement, it handles curbs, you can hop a curb, it handles gravel, grass, all really well. This stroller is newborn ready. Okay, back to your smushy newborn. Again, newborns, poor head control, poor neck control, poor back control. If you were to take a newborn and put them in this seat as it is right now, they would fall over, even with the harness. So to have a newborn ready stroller, you want something that lays completely flat. So this lays flat. It comes with this little newborn, I think they call it a snug seat, so it's like a little positioner for extra support. You can use this right out of the box with your baby on day one. You can also attach a car seat to it, which is another way to use a stroller from day one, but if you don't want to do that, it's a nice thing that you can just put this back, secure them in, and you're ready to go. Durability, this stroller is built to last. We have parents telling us all the time, I have the UPPAbaby Cruz, I have the UPPAbaby Vista, which is their larger stroller that seats 2. I've had it for 6, 7, 8 years. I've used it for multiple kids. These are really, really well-made strollers. And then just lots of thoughtful details, right? Beautiful fabric. These are magnetic buckles, so easy to go in and out. The handlebar telescope, so I'm tall, I like a high handlebar, easy to adjust. The canopy extends out really far. It does this, and you can also down even more, peekaboo windows for ventilation and to see. So just a lot of thoughtful kind of design forward convenience features both for you and for your child. Also a really big storage basket, which is nice. What are the downsides of a full-size stroller? It's heavy. This is going to be, can you take this in and out of your car all day? Sure. Are you gonna want to? I don't know. It is a two-handed fold and it is self-standing, but you know, it's not tiny, right? Like this is pretty big. That is the downside of a larger stroller. And then price-wise, this is a premium level. This is a very well-made, very good stroller.
And the seat face both?
Yes, the seat is modular, so you can pop it out and face forward and backwards.
I know there's that seat, but does it have like multiple attachments, like if we were to get like a spring?
So you can put a car seat on it. Some of them accept bassinets. The Cruz does not. The Vista, which is their, what we call a convertible stroller, so it starts as a one-seater and then you can add a second seat. The Vista does take a bassinet. But like I said, because this one can be used from birth because it lays flat, you don't really need the bassinet, but you can put a car seat on it, yes. Certain brands, you have to check.
Can you take that in an airplane?
The stroller.
Yeah.
This one, you can gate check it, but you are not going to be able to fit this in an overhead bin. Yes, this one, which we'll get to next, this you'd be able to take literally on the plane, fold it, and put it up on top. But this, no. For the UPPAbaby, they also sell a travel bag, and it's like this big padded travel bag, like backpack. So what most people do is pack it up, and then you'll gate check it, and you'll get it when you get off the plane. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears. So this is the opposite of that big one. This is the Joolz Aer, and this is a lightweight stroller, also called a compact stroller or a travel stroller. You will see immediately the difference. Much smaller, much lighter, and it does that. Super easy, right? Like easy, easy, easy. This is also an option that you can either think about from day one or as a secondary travel stroller. What do we love about this? Obviously, we love the fold that I just did. One-handed, it weighs 14 pounds, so half of what that other stroller weighs, yeah. Much lighter. The other thing I love about this, so often when you're getting a lightweight stroller, because it's obviously a lighter frame, you're sort of losing that maneuverability and that push. They just feel a little flimsier. This does not feel flimsy at all. This still has really good suspension, which you can see when you play around with it. Really responsive steering, easy to push and turn. It's just a really well-made, really great travel option. This is also newborn ready, but you have to unzip it. This lays flat, and then there's a little part that folds up here, and it makes like a little nest for newborn. So you can use this from day one. This also accepts certain car seats. You can put adapters on the sides and click a car seat in, and they also sell a bassinet for this as well. So we talk about what works for one family, what might not work for another. So I had a stroller like this, but Shannon,
I had a travel stroller.
as her primary stroller.
Going back to the lifestyle question, I personally could not envision myself with a full-size stroller. They seemed big, they seemed bulky. At the time, I lived in a walk-up of, some stairs to go up, and I just thought, like, I don't need all that stroller.
Yeah.
I got a travel stroller. It was the UPPAbaby Minu, so similar features to a Cruz.
Just sized down.
Just size down, smaller basket, yes, but I could take that thing traveling. I could throw it easily in the trunk, and I had no regrets about that.
Yeah, so it
if
is
you can make it
doable.
work.
It is doable from day one. What are you gonna lose? You're obviously gonna lose storage, right? A lot smaller basket on this one than on that one, but it doesn't, you can still fit a diaper bag and a couple water bottles and a few other things in here. And the handlebar, this is something I would look out for on travel strollers. I don't think any travel strollers have an adjustable handlebar. So this is fixed, right? I cannot move this up or down. It is this height. If you're on the shorter side, not a big deal. If you're on the taller side, definitely test it out before you buy it. I love this one. As a tall person, the angle works really well. It is a tall handlebar. Some of them, you kind of have to bend over, or you'll kick, if you're taller, you'll kick the crossbar when you walk, which is not ideal. But this one is great, even for taller folks. So that's kind of what you're gonna lose, but a great option.
How do you put a newborn in that one? Like,
So you can lay the seat all the way flat. So this unzips, goes all the way back, and then harness them in. You can also use a car seat and clip it in with adapters, or you could get a bassinet. So they sell a bassinet separately. Any other questions on that one?
Faces both ways.
No, that does not face both ways. This is a forward only. So once you kind of start testing out, you'll feel the difference between something like this and something like this and the Doona. So next to car seat questions, which I get the most, and then my second most popular question I get is, do I need a snoo? The third most popular question I get is, do I need the Doona? What is the Doona? I want the Doona. I love the Doona. I hate the Doona. All things about the Doona. This is the Doona. The Doona is a hybrid car seat and stroller. The Doona is primarily a car seat, but it's a car seat that transitions into a stroller. It is a one of a kind. It was the only item like this on the market for a long time. Evenflow now has a competitor called the Shift, which is also great, but this was kind of the first. As you can just see, the benefit of that is it starts as a car seat. You can put it in a car. It does have a base that goes with it, which we have back here. Click it right in the car. When you're getting out of the car, you take it out, you pop the wheels up, you move the handlebar, and she turns into a stroller. Why might you want something like this, right? Convenience is the number one thing. It's less gear to own, right? And you're not transferring a baby from the car seat to the stroller and the stroller to the car seat and back again. You are just popping this out of your car. You are opening it up and you are pushing it. Travel friendly. If you travel a lot, it's less gear to deal with lugging around, which people like. What is the downside? And I wouldn't necessarily say downside. It is more of, what do you need to be aware of before you buy something like this? It is primarily a car seat, right? So that means that car seat rules apply. And when I say car seat rules apply, that means you do not want to keep your infant in a car seat for an extended period of time. When they are very little, you probably don't want it in there more than like a half hour, 60 minutes or so at a clip. Even when they are older, I think the AAP recommends about 2 hours max the whole day, right? So you don't want to use this as a stroller. A baby can sit in that stroller seat. You can go for an hour-long walk, no big deal. Can you do that with this? Yes, but especially when they're little, I don't love them in there for that long. Again, you just want them to have a little less like scrunched up. This is heavy. This weighs 17 pounds. So if you remember the car seats we saw before, the heaviest one, which is the Kiko, weighs 10 pounds. So this is almost double that. that becomes a lot of weight when you're adding a 15 or a 20-pound kid and you are hoisting it from the ground all the way up to your car, and then from your car all the way up to the ground. It's heavy. And this is not it's a stroller, but it's not like this kind of stroller. There's no suspension, there's no shocks. It's a little harder to steer. It turns pretty well, it pushes pretty well, but you're gonna get a bumpier ride. You are also going to get a much lower handlebar. This is as high as it goes. So I'm tall. This is not super comfortable for me. I could do it, but I'm gonna kick this. So again, are these cons? Not necessarily. It's just more of what you need to be aware of. And that's how I try to answer the question of like, do I need a Doona? That's kind of what I say. And again, who's this for? I would say frequent travelers. I would say if you're an urban family and you don't own a car, it is something to consider. And then I also love this for people on their second or third kids who are in and out of the car a lot with the older kid, like say you're doing preschool drop-off or soccer drop-off or any of that. It does become a lot easier to just use this and not have to worry about like an added stroller frame.
For this one, can you go over the base, like
Yep.
the safety features, stuff like that?
This is the base for the Doona, so it's pretty standard. It does have an anti-rebound bar, which is this. No load leg and no rigid latch. This has flexible latch, which is here, but again, you're still gonna get a really secure install with this. And you can, like every other infant seat, you can use the seatbelt only to install this. So if you're traveling, you don't have to bring this with you. You can put this in with the seatbelt, but that's the base. It just looks a little different though. This is like a recline adjuster.
Is the stroller part removable, or is it just like?
No, this is it. Yep, this is it.
So logistically, if you're
Yep.
going on an airplane and you're with the Joolz,
Yep.
you're also bringing a car seat for when you get in the car at the other end.
Yes, and also here's my CPST safety tip of the day. You should fly with your child in a car seat if possible. If you can buy them a seat and bring the infant car seat on the plane. You can use the lap belt and put them rear facing and buckle them right in.
Okay. And how, like the, don't keep the newborn in that situation for like an hour and a half.
Correct.
How serious is that?
It's pretty serious. I would check. AAP has guidelines around it. Like if you Google AAP safe sleep guidelines, you'll find a really nicely done, easily digestible sort of safe sleep overview. It's going to talk about crib sleep, play yard sleep. It's going to talk about car seat sleep. It's pretty serious, especially when they're younger. Car seats, obviously very safe, very well tested, but you're putting your baby in kind of a forward-facing position. And like I said, this is what you're looking out for. You're looking for that forward. That's what you want to avoid. When they're little, they're just so floppy and new, and like they don't have that head control. As soon as that head control develops, which happens 2-3 months, you'll see a big difference. It becomes less of a thing. But in those beginning months, it is something to pay pretty close attention to.
Sorry, when do babies outgrow
The Doona actually tends to work a little later. I would say it is age, weight, and height based, but I would say most people can get past a year with this. So like 12 to 18 months-ish.
So would you use it for like 3 months to 12 months?
Yeah. Mhm. You can use it from birth. Yeah. No, you can use it from birth. It's fine. But again, I just wouldn't keep them in it for, But yes, you can use it from birth. To 12 or 6, it's going to depend on when they all grow differently and at different rates. Again, it's usually going to be height. That's how you're going to notice. They're going to just get too tall for it.
Do you have to deal with rethreading strollers like you do with car seats?
Some yes, some no. These here, no. This has a no rethread. That has a no rethread. The Doona, you have to manually rethread. But this is more of a car seat. But these, and you can see on some of the other ones on the floor, they have little adjusters on the front, and you literally just like either pinch it or squeeze it, and then it goes up and down. But not all strollers. Some do. You have to rethread them. But these do not.